Mount Nebo, Israel, the prophet Moses at the time of the Exodus, the Ark of the Covenant, and the prophet Jeremiah. This is the location. This is what Mount Nebo looks like. It's located in Jordan, across the Jordan River, facing the location of today's Jerusalem. The significance of Mount Nebo, it's told us concerning the religious significance in the book of Deuteronomy. Prophet Moses ascended Mount Nebo in order to view the promised land, the land of Canaan, which God had said he would not enter, Moses would not enter. He died there in Moab. According to tradition, Moses was buried on that mountain, although his place of burial is not found. It's not specified according to Deuteronomy 34:6. Mount Nebo, in Arabic Jabal Nebo in Hebrew, is an elevated ridge of the Abarim in the Jordan, approximately 2,330 feet above sea level, and is mentioned in the Old Testament of the Hebrew Bible, places where Moses was granted a view of the promised land. The promised land, the land which, according to the Tanakh, was promised and subsequently given by God to Abraham and his descendants, and in modern context, an image, an idea related both to the restored homeland of the Jewish people and to the salvation and their liberation. Now, the view from the summit of Mount Nebo provides a panorama of the land to the north and more limited view of the valley of the River Jordan. The River Jordan, also known as Nar el Shariat, is 156 miles long. It's a river in the Middle East flowing roughly north to south through the Dead Sea, the Sea of Galilee, the Dead Sea, Jordan, the Jordan Rift Valley, the Galilee onto the Dead Sea, the Red Sea, and the Golan Heights border the river to the east. Now, the West Bank city of Jericho is usually visible from the summit, as is Jerusalem on a very clear day. Now, the significance: in the book of Deuteronomy, Moses ascended to Mount Nebo to view the land of Canaan, which God said he would not enter. He died in Moab. Canaan was a Semitic-speaking civilization, a region in the ancient Near East during the second millennium, 2,000 years BC. The name Canaan appears throughout the Bible, where it corresponds to the Levant, in particular to the areas of southern Levant. Now, according to the Christian tradition, Moses was buried on the mountain, although his place of burial is not found. Some Islamic traditions also state the same, although there is a grave of Moses located in Maqam el-Nabi Musa, which is about 6.8 miles south of Jericho, east of Jerusalem, in the Judean wilderness. Scholars continue to dispute whether the mountain, certainly known as Nebo, is the same as the mountain referred to in Deuteronomy. I don't know why they dispute that. It is just across the Jordan, across, as we said, from Jerusalem, and he could see the whole land, basically, of what would be given as inheritance to the tribes of Israel. Now, according to 2 Maccabees, chapters 4-7, the prophet Jeremiah hid the tabernacle and the Ark of the Covenant in a cave there at Mount Nebo. 2 Maccabees 4-7 says, it was also in the same document that the prophet, having received an oracle, ordered that the tent and the ark should follow with him, and that he went out to the mountain where Moses had gone up, that means ascended, and had seen the inheritance of God. He had seen the inheritance, meaning he viewed it with his own eyes. Jeremiah came and found a cave dwelling, and he brought there the tent and the ark and the altar of incense. Then he sealed up the entrance. Some of those who followed him came up intending to mark the way, but could not find it. When Jeremiah learned of it, he rebuked them and declared, the place shall remain unknown until God gathers his people together again and shows his mercy. That was the Maccabees portion that we read. Now, on March 20th, 2000, Pope John Paul II visited the site during his pilgrimage to the Holy Land. Now, here also we found a serpentine cross sculpture representing the brazen serpent monument which Moses used to hold, his staff with a brazen serpent wrapped around it. It's found atop Mount Nebo, was created by Italian artist Giovanni Fantoni, symbolizing the bronze serpent created by Moses in the wilderness, according to Numbers 21, 4-9, and the cross upon which Jesus was crucified, according to John 3:14. Now, as far as archaeology goes, systematic exploration began by Sylvester Saller, and they were continued in 1933 by Jerome Mahiac of the Studium Biblicum Franciscanum, the Franciscans, I would venture to say. On the highest point of the mountain, Sinaga, the remains of a Byzantine church and monastery were discovered there in 1933. The church was first constructed in the second half of the 4th century to commemorate the place of Moses' death. The church design follows a typical basilica pattern. It was enlarged in the late 5th century and rebuilt in 597 AD, and the church was first mentioned in the account of a pilgrimage made by Lady Etheria in AD 349. 6 tombs have been found hollowed from a natural rock beneath the mosaic covering floor of the church. And in 1935, Bellarmino Bagatti worked on the site. Virgilio Canio Corbo later excavated the interior of the basilica. In 1963, he was put in charge of restoring the original pavements for the exhibition. The modern chapel, presbytery built to protect the site, provide worship space. Remnants of mosaic floors from different periods can be seen. Now, the Moses Memorial that houses the Byzantine mosaics was closed for renovation from 2007 to 2016, and it reopened 15th of October 2016. So, according to the Book of the Maccabees, from what they say, Maccabees 2, Maccabees chapters 4-7, it is here that the prophet Jeremiah had a vision in order to save the Ark of the Covenant and the tabernacle, and he put it in the cave of Mount Nebo and sealed it for no one to know where it was. And as he said, that is when God will, if he wishes, reveal when it will be found again. Anyway, tell me what you think. I definitely believe the prophet Jeremiah. I love the prophets of the Old Testament. They're all my heroes. And the New Testament saints, of course. They are my heroes. And obviously, he did a great job by saving it. He hid it. This is from Wikipedia, and I'll leave links below. Thank you for your support. Please subscribe and share. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.